Good morning. This is Munira Akhtar, English language specialist. Today we are going to discuss the topic of part of speech. As some of you may know, if you don't know, I am going to tell you today. Part of speech is very important for English, and part of speech basically consists of 8 to 9 structures. And today we are going to give an overview of these structures and then we are going to go into the details. Now, if we use these, why are they called part of speech? Because whatever sentence or whichever sentence we are making, these part of speech then are important and these part of speech combine to make that sentence. So therefore, they are very important. The first part of speech is noun. English is the most important thing about English is to know about your nouns. If you know your noun and you're clear about your nouns, that is the first step towards making a sentence or to moving towards part of speech. And there are many types of nouns which we are going to go into detail and do them in detail when we do the chapter of nouns. For now, you just need to know noun is a part of speech and noun consists of the name of a person, animal, place, or thing. It can be a name of an quality, idea, or activity, or a feeling. A noun can be singular, plural, it can be in possessive case, it can be a subject or an object of the sentence. We are going to go into details of all these concepts. Right now, for today's lecture, introductory about which is about part of speech, you just need to know the definitions and you need to know that what are the types. So there are common nouns, proper nouns, singular and plural nouns, gender nouns, possessive nouns, and collective nouns, and of course abstract nouns. Then we have pronouns. Pronoun is a word that takes place or is used instead of a noun like I, you, or they. And the pronouns can be in subjective case, they can be in possessive case, they can be in objective, or they can be in reflexive case. So when we do the chapter of pronouns, we are going to discuss all the pronouns in detail. And then there are first person pronouns, second person pronouns also, and third person. So in subjective case, he will move into his and then him and himself. So he is subjective, possessive is his, and then objective is him, and reflexive is himself. So she, her, herself, they, their, them, themselves, we, us, ours, ourselves, who, whose, whom, you, yours, you, yourself, I, mine, or my, and me and myself, it, its, it, and itself. So you need to learn that the pronouns, the formation of pronouns are in subjective, possessive, and objective and reflexive case. And when we will do pronouns in details, we will discuss how to use them in active voice and in passive voice. Then we have verb. Verb shows an action. Verb is an action word, and it can be the main verb like sit, run, or jump, or it could be a helping verb like were or has, and verbs also indicate tense and sometimes change their form to show past, present, or future. Adjectives. Adjectives are very important because they describe a noun. They modify or describe a noun or a pronoun, and they add meaning by telling us how much the that noun is, which one it is, what kind of noun it is. So they modify and elaborate and describe the noun. So that's why they are very important. And after adjectives, we have adverbs which help to modify or describe a verb, and they tell us more about it, like how, much, when, where, and why or how. Then after that, we have our prepositions. A preposition shows a relationship between nouns and pronouns. It is often used with a noun to show location, like beside, in, on. It can also show time, direction, motion, manner, reason, or possession. So they are very important also. And conjunctions are of many types, but right now you need to just know that they connect to words, phrases, or clauses. We are going to go into details about kind of conjunctions because they are subordinated, coordinated, adverbial, and conjunctions. So correlated conjunctions. So we are going to do those in detail when we do the section or the presentation on conjunctions. After that, we have interjection. Interjection show emotions like yeah, hooray, alas. These are the words which are called interjections. And last but not least, we have the articles. Articles are very useful little words that tell us that are used at the start of the speech, and they are also considered to be part of speech. And the articles are a, an, or the. So there are two types of articles: indefinite and definite. Indefinite are a and definite is the article the. So a is generally or a is generally used before consonant letters, and an is used before vowels. For example, if we have a word starting with a vowel, apple starts with an A, we will use and. If it is a normal word like boy with B, so it would be a boy. And the is used for specific uh, nouns. For example, I want to buy the chair that I saw at my uncle's house. So the when you're talking about something very particular, then we use the. But of course, we will do the chapter on articles in detail, and then you will learn about articles in detail. So right now, what we have done in this topic is to just give you an overview of different parts of speech, which are eight, and if you include articles, then we have nine also. Some people include articles, and some do not. So articles, but I'm going to discuss articles with you because when we are making a sentence like a boy was running in the ground, so we need to study all of them. The is an article, boy is a noun, running is a verb, um, in is a preposition, ground is again a noun with which is in the objective case. So today's lecture, we have just gone through the part of speech so that if somebody asks you right now, you should be clear that there are nine part of speech if we include articles, otherwise there are eight, and they should be on your fingertips. If somebody asks you, you should quickly say, well, I know all of them and I am clear about the main parts of speech. In detail, we are going to do later on. So you should be able to highlight the fact that there are nouns, pronouns, verbs, adverbs, adjectives, prepositions, conjunctions, all right, interjections, and articles. So with this, we end today's video, and I do like and share my page and give it a thumbs up and click on the bell icon so that you can get latest videos on improving your English and learning the basics, as well as we'll be doing many advanced level skills also.